Dudes, I got a short one for y'all today that I think y'all are going to enjoy. Do you have an OBS Chevy and or GMC? Does your fan speed only work, not on low, not on medium, but only on high? Well, I think I got it figured out. And what I believe it is the fan resistor that is hiding right behind the glove compartment. Now, don't let that scare you, because I'm gonna show you just how to get in there. Break her loose, put a new one in. I'll show you what I mean and the tools that you're going to need to replace this resistor. All right, well, we crawled over to the old glove box side, and this is a little intimidating. It's not. Fellas, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7mm bolts. Don't you forget it now. All you're gonna do is loosen these bad boys up. Oops, okay, maybe it's harder than I thought. Just kidding. Loosen these bad boys up, pop this guy out. All right, fellas, got the 4 screws out, got my plastic bin out. I will let you in with a little secret. Your little light cover that comes over here, go ahead and pop her out first. It's just 4 little tabs. Then after that, what I did is I took a screwdriver, just where these black knobs are that are your line holders for your glove box. I just took a little screwdriver, or you can use one of the plastic pry tools. Pry it open a little bit, and then it'll come right out. But all in all, not too bad. Well, then what are we gonna see? We're gonna see, you know, computers, relays, doodads. What we want is to remove these guys. Why do I have a Phillips? Any hoosers. You want to get this bracket out the way. It should be, on most models, it's 2 7mm bolts. I actually have a Philippe screw, so that's neat. But one thing I'll say, whenever you go to remove these, you do have to unplug these connectors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark, you know, 1, 2, 3, or you can go 1, 2, 3, and then mark your relays, because all these guys kind of bolt up to the same relay. So go ahead and make sure you identify them. Make sure you're plugging the right thing into the right thing. Don't want to go guessing now, do we? Nope. So I'm gonna get these numbered, I'm gonna get this pulled out, and then I'll show y'all where the resistor is and how I'm gonna get her out. All right, fellas, well, once you get that bracket out, which is right here, I went ahead and moved these guys out of the way, and you can see your resistor nice and clear. That's one of them tabless connectors, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a screwdriver, I'm gonna take her up in here, or actually what I'm really probably gonna do is I'm gonna wedge 1 screwdriver underneath it, 1 on top of it, use that as kind of a pivot point, pop her up, and that connector will come out. It is 2 7mm bolts on the left and on the right. I highly suggest small screwdriver, and then after that we'll pop in the new one. Pretty simple. We got it out. One thing I didn't mention to y'all that I really should have, and honestly I don't think it matters, but I went ahead and marked on the connector what side is facing me, just so it makes it a little easier on, you know, reinstall. But here's the old one, and I don't see anything quite wrong with it visibly. All the connections are still there. The only thing it might be is the actual resistor bulb itself may be bad. That's what a feller's hoping. Here's the part number for the new one, and here is what the new one looks like. Nice, shiny, same connector on the back. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna slap it in, I'm gonna put everything back together, and then we're gonna test her out and see if she works. Whew. Well, all right, guys, the install process was honestly pretty simple. One tip I'll say is go ahead and put the resistor in before you try to plug it in. I did try to plug it in to save a little bit of time, and it ended up fighting me more than it helped me. So I recommend putting the resistor in, plugging it in, and then plug in your other 3 relays, which after looking at them, all 3 of those relays have the exact same part number. So I don't think it matters if you crisscross them, but I do recommend just putting the 1s, 2s, and 3s on them just to make it, or yeah, you know, you can even do ABCs for all I care. Any hoosers, I'd recommend doing that just to play it safe. You know, you don't want to get things crossed if it ain't meant to be crossed. But so with all that, I got everything plugged in, got everything tight, and I didn't test it. So I guess we're gonna figure out together if she works. Here we go. Key on. And looky there. Well, she is working. Awesome. Well, cool, guys. Just so y'all know, this is a 1991 GMC Sierra 3500 dually. But all this is the same from 1988 to 1999. The only difference is that the dashes are different. And from what I've looked into, the dashes from 88 to 94, I believe it is. They're the square dashes. They are a little bit easier to get the resistor into. Anything after that's the round dash, and they are just the same process, but everything seems to be a little bit tighter. Again, you're going to have your 3 relays, your 7mm screws. I think the only real difference is taking the glove box out, and all you do is you pull a tab out on the left and the right side, and you bend in your wings and you pull it out. From what I know, that's the only difference. But I will put a link to where I bought this resistor down in the description below, and thanks for tuning in.